Hello everybody, today I have a video for you in my Tier 10 Japanese heavy cruiser, the Zao. Now, my captain skills are going to be set up for clan battles, so they are priority target, expert marksman, adrenaline rush, basics of survivability, superintendent, RPF, and concealment. My modules for this game are going to be protect my main battery, dam com 1, better aiming, better rudder, concealment, and longer shooting primaries. I did recently get the legendary module, which is why I did show that what is it, main battery mod 3 does for longer range. Now, I know it's been a while since I uploaded anything, and I picked this one for a little bit. Well, for two reasons. Two, I get the rant about these retarded 12-kilometer torps on the Zao because to me they just don't seem to fit in with the rest of the line. I don't know why they didn't put the 10-kilometer torps that the other cruisers do get. Really, the Mogami, Ibuki. I think all of them get 10-kilometer torps. I don't know. I don't care, but usually everybody just worries about the higher tier shit and screw the lower and mid tier stuff. Now, as you can see, we're on Epicenter, and I'm kind of taking this wide. I still kind of would go with, long range shooting with this thing, sniper. If you've got the old stealth build, you'll be 100% fine in this thing. Of course, somebody in chat's going to be a dick and call us all out for going a little bit south, but you know what? This kind of sets up a decent crossfire. Usually, something like this actually requires a lot of communication or just outright intelligent players paying attention. Now, of course, I hold all my shots for the DD because you know what? The sooner he goes, the sooner pretty much everybody gets, and really limits the destroyer's excuses on why they're not running around center, but of course, they'll always find something to bitch about, probably fucking radar and hydro or whatever. Now, that's the other thing with this being my personal channel, is I'm not going to censor myself as hard as I do for BIA, so if language offends you, sorry. Am I going to do it on purpose? No, I will try to curb it a little bit, but when I want to go off on a fucking tangent, I will. Now, of course, the first thing I'm going to do is do what any good cruiser player does, panic and run the fuck away, because, well, I'm in a lead and that's not what I want to be. This is not a tanking cruiser. While the Zao has lull armor, you still just don't want to be shot at. Of course, with it being Japanese, you'll have LOL AG. Now, I've been kind of on the fence as far as demo expert just being a complete waste. It's only 3%, and really your fire chances are yes or no. There's a calculation that goes on. It goes either yes, you gotta fire, or no, you don't. And all that 3% does is add a little bit more to your yes chance. But once again, I played my Zao fully set up for fire damage with all the flags and the skill, and got into a game, played with Sneaky, and he had pretty much next to nothing, and he walked away with 12 fires over like 100 something hits. I had like 100 something hits too, and I only had 4 fires. Now, I was shooting at targets that weren't on fire. Now, I'm trying to take care of the Mogami because, you know what? The sooner it goes, the sooner we have to listen to, not listen to battleships bitch about burning. Number 2 is low health, more guns out of the game, less bitching from the DDs about there's still a Mogami that can delete me, even though any one of them can actually take him on in a gunfight. And if it is driven by a very skilled player, they can actually stealth torp. But of course, this guy's shooting, but he's playing it right. He's hiding behind his battleships and shooting. I noticed the DD's back up, and while food, I'm hungry. Let's kill this little bastard. Now, as you can see, we've got a couple of DDs playing around center, which is good, but it's kind of nice to have a couple that aren't, that are all working the flanks, forcing the enemy team into you or forcing the enemy team into where they don't want to go. And if they don't want to go, hopefully eating torpedoes along the way. Now, some of our battleships are starting to get a little bit too far, but then again, look at where, what, 4 of the enemy ships are. They're kind of out of the fight too. Now, I'm trying to maintain some resemblance close to this center cap, or at least to some of the rings, just because, if I need to run away, I can run away. There's a goddamn Ogami that nobody seems to be able to kill, especially myself. Now, the one thing with the legendary mod, if you did not know, you actually get better, you get a bonus to your steering gears and dispersion, so you get another 7% to your dispersion, so you can get a total of like 14% if you're running aiming, but you do have to give up some range. It's only, you can only shoot out to like 17 point something, which realistically is only 17-ish kilometers, but depending on what the enemy is doing. If they're coming at you, you can take full advantage of all of it. If they're running, well, your shells just aren't fast enough, even though they are quite fast. But this is what I mean by this takes no skill. I do believe that Musashi was 13-ish, 14, maybe even 15-ish. The guy had some distance from me, right? Now, I would never attempt to stealth torp a battleship. Well, no, that was a Musashi? Yeah. I would never attempt to really stealth torp a battleship this far away if I had 10-kilometer torps. But this guy's coming into me. There's nothing holding this flank but me, which is some of the reason why I did turn around. It's 2 battleships. If I can get along their side, their guns are looking the other way. The Musashi's guns take forever to turn. And if he does turn his guns my way, well, I'm going to know about it because he's probably going to turn his entire freaking ship. But here we go. I'm lining up torps on a Musashi who was 14 kilometers and closing in on me, which is, a fairly good range, but I have no problems. There's no way this guy's going to catch up while I make a turn to drop the other side of torpedoes. Now, if these things were 10 kilometers, this would take a lot more skill because he could potentially bump me if I did make my turn wrong. These torp angles are not the best in the world. You really have to hope for something coming in at you if they were 10-kilometer torps. But with 12 kilometers, you've got a nice 3-ish kilometer. Realistically, you got a nice 2-kilometer buffer. I know your concealment can get down to like 9 something, but realistically, like 10 kilometers, depending on the turn you have to do. If these were 10-kilometer torps, you really would need something pushing in on you. Of course, I open up on the other guy, not to scare the Musashi away from torps, and I get one with the flood. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get a flood on this guy so I can burn him. Well, this guy's still pushing. I can see he's kind of turning his guns. But at this point, we're kind of, as a team, we're not winning. I do believe we have the health pool, but there's only about 4 ships that have actually decent positioning. Myself is not one of them. I'm actually in a position just to punish 2 battleships. Now, while this is good, and a bad thing is, well, only 2 battleships. There's 2 battleships for them to shoot at me. As I get another torpid on a Musashi, who I know has used his DCP because I got 1 flood earlier. Now I got the 2nd flood burning with the fire. All I want to do here is go dark, run away, get close to the fleet. I'm dark, I might as well use my heal. I got my guns looking at the destroyer. Luckily for us, the Yamato finishes off the destroyer, and that poor Musashi, there isn't a damn thing he can do because flood damage is 10 times worse than than fire damage. As I get a witherer due to the fire and the flood, I'm sure he tried to heal through it, but with the combination of flood and fire, you can just look how fast this poor guy's melting. He takes one shot on me, and I get a liquidator and a Zao because of 12-kilometer torps. I'm gonna open up on the North Cal. Didn't notice DD until it was too late because, well, I'm looking at damage farming. I mean, it's really all that was. Just a little bit lack of situational awareness. I'm not sure how long the DD actually popped up prior to him dying. But you know what? I'm gonna try to get fires burning on this guy. Maybe our destroyer can get torps on him. But at this point, I'm really just trying to look to do, damage over time. Of course, here comes torpedoes from the dead DD. I'm gonna try to take another crack in on the North Cal, but now, luckily for us, the North Cal is isolated. He's alone. There's no help. And what I mean by there's no help, there ain't nothing else for anybody to shoot at over there. It's him, and it's him alone. There's a ship way to the north. Way to the north. Ain't nobody gonna bother with that because, well, the North Carolina's a lot closer, more health, more experience, more WTR farming. Two idiots in the center. Well, we're all behind islands. They're behind islands. So, North Carolina isolated. He's gonna get focused down real hard. But this is what I mean by the team was relatively close to the center. Well, it took some time for our battleships to come, two of our battleships to come up. We were still able to maintain, not control, but deny them the outer ring. The battleship up north is taking pot shots on me. Kronostat's taking shots in on me. There's the Hindenburg finally taking shots on me. Or maybe not. There's a fucking island in the way. But what I'm going to do is go back to what Zao's kind of do well. Go out on... Well, you don't necessarily have to go out on a flank, but just go out and kite somebody. Get somebody to shoot and follow you like a moron while you are sending 12-kilometer fucking retarded torps at them and then shooting them with lovely Japanese HE, which pretty much sets anything on fire they touch. Unless you're playing it, then you're never going to get a fire. RNG must be with me today. Might as well send the torps because, well, why not? I've got nothing else. Oh, look, Hindenburg's angled up. Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm shooting HE. Now, I probably could have used some AP on that guy, but, it's a Zao. The HE hits like a freaking truck. And I'm really going to only switch to AP if I really, really need something dead relatively quick. Because the AP on this ship is actually for real. Considering I already got my Witherer, you know what, I wouldn't, as soon as I got something burning that is showing me broadside, something that I know its damage control is down, you know what, I'll shoot at AP and just, hopefully get rid of them sooner. If they're going to stay angled, well, guess what, I've already got HE loaded. Well, HE works perfect against angled targets. But here we go, doing what Zao's do best. Get an idiot to shoot at you. Take a citadel because, well, RNG hates you. And then just keep pumping high explosives into them, burning them until you can get your third Witherer, second Witherer. Just burn the world down and laugh at and everything. And then if he's foolish enough to just continue pushing into you, you have awesome 12-kilometer torps that he won't be able to attack except for the Curvers because he's probably got Hydro. There's two fires. Broadside? Yeah, screw it. I'll just stick with the HE. Destroy some modules. Let the fire do some work. Try to set another one somewhere. Just doesn't really freaking matter. It's the Zao. But as you can see, we've got the points lead. We've got the points lead and the ship lead. There's only one guy left for us to deal with. It's the poor Hindenburg that kind of got left out high and dry in the middle because, well, he wasn't paying attention to probably his surroundings, maybe turned away too late. Just going to continue to pump HE into him, but I probably could get a couple citadels with plunging fire on him. But let's try to break his torpedo tubes and really completely crush this fucking day. As I'm sailing around on the 10 line, and I'm surprised nobody's bitching at me. Hindenburg manages to kill somebody. You know what? Nice. AP for the final thing. This game's quickly wrapping up. He's gonna die here as I get high caliber. And now the post-battle results. Now my hats actually go off to the Hindenburg for putting up a fight and not just trying to go dark. Well, I don't even know if he could have went dark, but hats off to him to continue up the fight and trying to kite away. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Enjoy the end screen stuff, and have yourselves one heck of a nice day.